Well, another quick update. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning of Saturday 4th of August, and we left Svenskoi here around about midday yesterday, so nearly 24 hours ago. Still got this southeast wind, been blowing for about 3 days now, hasn't budged an inch. Just very pleasant wind. It's blowing about force 2 to 3, but it's not the most helpful wind. So we've beaten across, we've come on one board across this is the Olga Strait, at the Olga Strait. We've come across towards Edgeware, where we were 4 years ago, in the Stone Bream. But with this wind I couldn't come in too close here, so we've put a couple of boards in across this way and down and across, and we're currently coming down pretty much onto these little group of islands here, the Rika ISA, and I'm going to have to put another little board to seaward just to get around those. I could ease off. I think I'm going to be about with my fingers. I could ease off and come around the leeward side, but it just goes against the grain to give up any windward advantage. As far as the weather is concerned, it's the same story. Thick, heavy, moisture-laden air. The horizons all laden with pall, murk. The sun is occasionally kind of breaking through the ragged cloud above, but visibility is still very, very poor, occasional bits of fog. So the result of that is I haven't seen anything of the Stone Bream or Edgeware yet. Some of you may remember that I sailed down these ice cliffs here in 2014, and I would have liked to have done it again, but the wind is not quite right. It's too much of an onshore wind, but also there's just no visibility. There's no point. I don't know how close in I'd have to be at the moment to see anything. So we're just sailing blind the way we have been for most of the last 4 or 5 days, really. That's just the way it is, nothing I can do about it. So we're going to come round this little group of islands here, come out to, and then we continue we can more or less, we can't quite get an absolutely southerly line here. We're coming just south by southeast, maybe 210 degrees, something like that. And I'll come over the page here. That will bring us down to the island of Hopen. So to an extent, not by design, but purely because I have no choice as regards the winds, we are so far pretty much retracing the route from Coastline that I took 4 years ago, but kind of in the dark really, because we just can't see anything. And I suspect that until this southerly wind changes, that's what it's going to be. We need a complete change of wind, change of air, just to clean things up. Whether that's going to happen, I have no idea. Well, there's the Rika ISA, group of islands off Edgeware. Just managed to scrape past by about a mile or so on this tack without having to put in another board. Good. Last time we sailed between these islands on the island of Edgeware. see behind is all cloud and murk. You can't see Edgeware, can't see the big glacier. Who knows, maybe that'll change at some point. But, now that once we've actually weathered these islands, which might take a few more minutes, then we've got a clear run then down to Hopen, probably as the next stop, without any obstacles. It's surprising how much just little one thing in the middle of the sea, like this tiny little group of islands, can cause so many little problems of one sort or another, just to get round safely. There we are, the Rika ISA, or something like that. I don't know what it means at all. Well, the weather's cleared slightly, so here's a slightly better view of these islands, for what it's worth. They're just long, low slabs of rock. Not sure how many there are. I can see 3 or possibly 4 from here. Just a tight little group. Try and home in, see if that works a bit better. Would be a good place to run onto on a stormy night. There seems to be some sort of beacon on the highest point on that biggest island there. Some sort of tower or structure. And also on this island here there's something that looks like a bit of it. Doesn't look natural. Looks like maybe a hut or a house or something. Where you can see it on this, but it's a sort of rectangular thing, whatever that is. Hugely interesting, I suppose, except for the fact that not a lot of people have sailed past them. Well, it's about 2:30 on the morning of Sunday the 5th of August, and we're just coming down on the island of Hopen, which we visited 4 years ago. We had spent a great time becalmed just off the southern headland here. And then coming back we would be calmed out here. An amazing island, just like a long worm, but very, very high. It looks like a big string of sausages or a big string of railway carriages from the side. Currently we are just outside the 12-mile zone. We're about 14 miles off, so 2 miles outside this red line coming down from here, and I've just altered course to try and give us a run down through here, down the west side. And by the way, that bang was my Portland rib plot falling on the ground, and if there are any people who watch these videos who still use paper charts, which I thoroughly recommend. I also recommend one of these. It's a fantastic bit of kit. It's just a bit of plastic, about 6" square, with a grid on it and a compass rose. So you can just slide it around your chart. You can square it up north-south via the grid, just making it parallel with the lines, and then you can stick it anywhere. So if I put it where my position is, which is now about here, square it up to the grid lines on the chart, so we're about square now, and I can see that here's the island of Hopen, and my course, my true course, needs to be about 210 degrees. That'll bring me down the west side, just a few miles off. Great bit of kit that actually. It almost does away with having to use parallel rules, which I also have, but rarely use because they're a bit of a pain. But of course you also need dividers with this as well. Well, I say that sometimes you can actually just take less and long off the if you're down the corner of the chart, you can just move it around. Anyway, I don't know why I'm giving you a lesson in navigation here. Maybe because it's in the middle of the night. I don't know whether you can see it. I think this camcorder sort of makes the dark seem brighter than it really is. But the only problem with all these great plans is that, as usual, for this voyage, we are being confounded by the weather. Oh, look out there, this is just absolutely 100% grey cover. Over the last few hours we've had thick fog, we've had rain. Now we've got this great overcast, and I doubt that visibility is more than about a mile. And there's going to be a limit as to how close I can go into the island, particularly when visibility is poor. So I should do my best. Hopefully the weather might clear. If we can get a look at it, great. If we can't, there's absolutely nothing I can do about that. Well, a minor miracle here. Can just make out the North Cape of Hopen there. It's 5:40 in the morning. We've actually picked up the island, despite the fact we've got some light rain at the moment. It means we're not going to film for very long. At least we've spotted the island and we'll be running down it. It's quite long, about 15 miles I think. And as we get further south we should get a bit closer. But anyway, all was not completely lost. There is the island of Hopen. Well, it's all pretty hopeless. Grey, grey, grey. Somewhere down here, there, you can see one of the kinks in the sausages. Another sausage, but then the southern end of the island at the moment is lost in cloud. Really really doesn't look as if it's going to improve at all. And once I feel that we're clear of any danger, I'll go and put my head down, because I've only had a couple of hours sleep overnight, making sure that we got close to the island but didn't hit it. Well, Hopen's been hidden for most of our run down, but finally the southern end has revealed itself. There's the southern headland. It's got a name which unfortunately I've forgotten at the moment. It's not on my chart. A magnificent headland that we were becalmed off for a while to the south east about 4 years ago. And then we come north, we can see another one of the... it's gone. It's gone behind the cloud. Out there, or maybe you can just about see it through the cloud. One of the... I think it's the final link of the sausages, so we're kind of the beam of the final sausage. And I think on the other side of that little dip in the mountains there is Hopen radio. There are actually people, I'll say live, there is a radio station which is manned, I think, by about 4 people normally. It's on the other side, on the east side of the island, and I think it's just on the other side of where there's that lower bit. We'll come round here because it's only a bit where we can see anything. So there you are, keep an eye on it, just in case we get any better views. I know it's pathetic, but it's the best I can do. And from here we're sailing to the south-southwest, and the next target is Bear Island, Bjørnøya. Maybe we'll get some better luck, maybe not.